question number 146. Select the advantage of inbreeding among the following. The very first statement says superior but related individuals of different breeds are required for mating. This is incorrect. The next statement is superior but unrelated individuals of same breed are required for mating. This is incorrect because related individuals of same breed are required. The next statement says this is an important strategy useful in overcoming inbreeding depression. This is incorrect because continuous inbreeding or close inbreeding will lead to inbreeding depression. And the last option is this technique helps in accumulation of superior genes and elimination of undesirable genes is a correct statement and is a correct answer to our question. Because this method called inbreeding, it increases the chances of evolving pure lines in any animal breed. Continuous or closed inbreeding results in inbreeding depression, which can be overcome by single outcross. So the correct answer to this question is option number 4. Let's move on to the next question, which is question number 147. Final product of meiocytes in both sexes of humans differ in all aspects except, and the options are degree of motility, size, chromosome number, arrangement of mitochondria. The final product of meiocytes, ova and sperms in humans, they have 23 chromosomes each. They are haploid. Gametes are haploid. So chromosome number is same in both ova and sperm. They do not differ on the basis of the chromosome number. So the correct answer to this question is option number 3. Both ova and sperm, they differ in the degree of motility. Sperms are motile, ova is not. Size, they differ in their size. Sperms are smaller than ova. Chromosome number, they don't vary in them, so this is the correct answer. Arrangement of mitochondria is also incorrect. Based on this, we can differentiate between them. So the correct answer to this question is option number 3. Let's move on to the next question, question number 148. Select the correct match. The very first match says embryogenesis in members of genus Homo, and the match is meiosis and cell differentiation. And as embryogenesis involves mitosis and differentiation and not meiosis, so this is an incorrect match. The second match says parthenogenesis, and the match is absence of gamete fusion but gamete formation remains unaffected, and as it is a correct match, this is a correct answer to our question. The next match says advantage of external fertilization is, match says that offsprings are not vulnerable to predators is an incorrect match because this is a disadvantage of external fertilization, that offsprings are vulnerable to predators. The last match says zygote, single-celled haploid vital connecting link between two generations is incorrect because zygote is a diploid cell, not a haploid cell. So the correct answer to this question is option number 2. Let's move on to the next question, which is question number 149. Cells associated with gastric mucosa that help to facilitate erythropoiesis are A. They secrete B, whose absence can lead to C. Select the correct option that fills the blanks A, B and C. Now, cells which are associated with gastric mucosa and that help to facilitate erythropoiesis are auxentic cells. These auxentic cells, they secrete Cassell's intrinsic factor, whose absence can lead to anemia. So the correct answer to this question is option number 4. The very first option says Paneth cells HCl and achlorhydria is incorrect. Paneth cell is responsible for secreting certain enzymes like lysozyme. The next option is chief cells HCl anemia is incorrect. Chief cells are responsible for the secretion of pepsinogen. The next option is parietal cells Cassell intrinsic factor and achalasia is incorrect because parietal cells are auxentic cells. They facilitate the secretion of Cassell intrinsic factor, whose absence can lead to anemia and not achalasia. So the correct answer to this question is option number 4. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 150. Emphysema is a chronic disorder in which alveolar walls are damaged and respiratory surface decreases. The volume of air that is primarily affected in such patients is, the options are tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume, minute volume, and residual volume. And the correct answer to this question is option number 4, residual volume. Residual volume is the volume of air remaining in lungs even after a forcible expiration that averages for about 1100 to 1200 ml in a normal person. This volume increases due to loss of elasticity in lungs, and is a correct answer to our question is option number 4, that is residual volume. The other options, tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume, and minute volume, are incorrect options. Let's discuss our next question.